Hey Taurus, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your going into third week of April general love reading. Keep in mind these are general readings. They cannot possibly apply to every single person watching, but if you like a personal reading, the link will always be in the description box below. In case you're new to the channel, welcome. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. For all of the new viewers, I'm an intuitive reader. I read the traditional sense of the card, but more than anything, I'm always going to give you guys the messages that I pick up intuitively. I always charge both of my decks on top of crystal organite pucks. In doing so, it charges, balances, and aligns the energy for our reading today. I also charge both decks on top of your own personalized astrological card. So again, this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus individuals. And as always, I hope everyone is doing well. So first things first, when I was meditating over you guys' energy, I heard the song So Amazing by Luther Vandross. And when I ask questions, for further clarity about the song, clearly the song speaks for itself, but I picked up with that message, with that song, that there's a lot of people who are coming out of a difficult time in love. Like, that may seem very bland and basic, but I'm going to say for people who are in relationships, I feel like there's like a revitalization in this relationship. Like, things may have gotten stagnant, and you and this person are now really appreciating each other or showing appreciation for each other. And if you're single, a lot of you guys are now opening up to the possibility of love again, because a lot of you guys felt like, kind of had this doom gloom attitude in regards to love. And that's not being negative. My moon is in Taurus, and my Mercury is in Taurus, so it's definitely not a shot at anybody. It's just one of those, a lot of you guys may have had a thought process about love, like things weren't going in your favor, so you weren't seeing the possibilities of love. But I do feel like love is coming in, because in this deck particular, well, actually both decks, when I was doing the shuffling, I seen the Chariot card. And the Chariot is about forward movement, and that's major arcana, so that's something orchestrated by the universe. You guys, for a lot of you guys, especially singles, you have love coming in, okay? So speaking of these decks, there are absolutely no reversals in either one of my decks right now. So if we get any reversals, look at that at the bottom of the deck, Chariot. If we get any reversals while we're shuffling, I'm going to accept them, because I know they're aligned with the messages that I'm meant to give you guys today, okay? So we're going to get started. Like I said, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot card. Some of you guys can have a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual coming along your path. Doesn't have to be. You can also be dealing with one currently. Again, doesn't have to be. I just know a lot of people like to hear the astrological card signs for the cards. We're going to hold it down and part it randomly so we can get additional messages. Look at that. Justice. Some of you guys can also have a Libra, because this is the card of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual on your path. You can have this placement in your chart, but what I'm picking up more strongly is that the karmic justice scales, the justice scales have tipped. You know what I mean? And I said earlier, for a lot of you guys who are in relationships that feel like things have gone dry, it's becoming balanced. You see, she has these scales right here. Things are becoming balanced in that relationship. And then for the singles, things are becoming into alignment, and the justice scales are being tipped in your favor, and things are becoming balanced and aligned in your life. AKA, something is coming in, right? And it's orchestrated by the universe, because again, this is major arcana 2. Already you have 2 major arcanas, right? You have the Chariot card as the first card, and you guys seen how I held the cards down randomly and just picked the card, just separated it. And you have another major arcana. Like I said, for a lot of you guys, this transition is going to be major, 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 major. As we part the deck, like I said, a lot of you guys are coming out of difficulty, and you're coming out of that doom, gloom state. And I feel like a lot of the times you can interpret this card differently, right? But I'm going to tell you, you can either see it as this person is exhausted and they're on their final knee, or you can see it as this person is exhausted, but they have enough fight in them to pick themselves up. They're getting ready to pick themselves up. And that's what I'm picking up for a lot of you guys, especially next to the Justice card. So we're going to get 2 cards. One is going to be a general energy, and the second is going to be a possible outcome. And then we'll get clarifiers for both. Look at that. What did I say? You have the 9 of Swords in reverse, coming out of that sleepless nights, being in your head, difficulty, feeling like things were imbalanced, because the Justice card in reverse is definitely about imbalance. You're coming out of that, and that's positive. So let's see what we get for our Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus individuals. Some of you guys could have strong air sign placements in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or you could be dealing with somebody with those placements in their chart. Again, you would always know how that applies. One more good shuffle. Yeah. Somebody could definitely be dealing with some strong air sign placements, because now you had a Devil card in reverse. For me, when I see the Devil card in reverse, somebody was having strong fear-based thoughts in their feelings a lot. Ego. The Devil is definitely about ego. And then you have the Ace of Swords. cutting away at that bullshit, right? You're cutting that out of your life, and you have no choice, because with both of those major arcanas popping up for you, the universe, and again, this is major arcana too, and it's coming at the bottom of the deck, okay? The universe is orchestrating something major for you guys. A lot of you, even if you aren't currently in a relationship, if you are, they're cutting ties with anything that was toxic, because the devil is also about toxicness. But I'm going to tell you also, right? The devil card is also about passion, sensuality, things like that. And it's also the card of Capricorn. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, right? For the people who are in relationships that may have went stagnant and dull, passion is going to be renewed. Look at them flames, look at that body. Passion is going to be, some passion is going to be renewed. And you're also going to be standing very confidently in whatever endeavors you take moving forward. I feel like there's some energy. This is a love reading, but there's something regarding money also. Because if you realize, or look at that. Wow, okay. I can't not take it because it popped up again, okay? I was just going to say, if you realize in the back of him is a large pentacle sign. So for a lot of you guys, finances is a big thing too. And if you had a falling out with a love interest, right? Or things may have went stagnant, it may have been because something was going on with you guys' finances, especially if you're in a relationship and it's connected. And I know there's something, this definitely has to, this relates to people who are in long relationships where finances are connected together, because you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is always the spouse for me. Male, female, doesn't matter. The Hierophant is always the spouse. And it's also wise counsel. It's also somebody who's very sure of themselves, very confident, a teacher, a scholar, somebody who's very spiritual, very religious. So that could be you or your partner. I'm not going to take it because it came up under this card, so I know that that's an underlying message, right? You have the Eight of Wands in reverse. There was a lack of communication. I feel like especially for the new people who are dating somebody new, this is definitely a lack of communication. Things may be a little stagnant between you and this person. People who are in current relationships also, but something with new relationships I'm picking up. Wow. Yeah, a lot of you guys are definitely dealing with air sign. Somebody who has air sign placements. You have the Four of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords upright is about somebody who's retreating, somebody who's taking a rest, somebody who's in a meditative state, somebody who has decided to kind of withdraw. This is my withdrawal card, somebody who's decided to withdraw. You have it in reverse, and you have that right next to the Devil card upright. Especially if you're in a relationship already, like I said, I feel like this is a renewal of passion with this person, because you're no longer withdrawn from them. You two are no longer withdrawn from each other, be it this person or you, doesn't matter. There's no longer energy. Like I said, especially with this Four of Swords in reverse, there's no longer a withdrawal of affection and things like that with your partner, with your love interest. If this is someone new, I feel like this new person, because like I said, with the Eight of Wands being in reverse that we've seen at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this person was kind of fighting ego. If this is something new, this person is dealing with their emotions and their feelings, and it's ego based, and they may have withdrawn. They may have came at you very hot and passionate, like the Devil card, and then they may have withdrawn because they felt like they didn't want to be so expressive. They didn't want it to feel overwhelming, and that's what I'm picking up for a lot of you guys. Okay, at the bottom of this deck, you had Eight of Cups. Again, like I said, somebody was thinking about walking away. I don't feel like that's going to be the case, right, for a lot of you guys. We're going to hold the deck down, part it just randomly, and see what other messages we get. Yeah, like I said, Page of Cups. I don't feel like this person wants to walk away, because you had the Eight. You went from the Eight of Cups to now the Page of Cups. And the pages are communicators, right? And this is a love reading. We know, the cups are about, communication and love, feelings, emotions. And this is somebody who's definitely going to communicate it. The page, keep in mind, is small, right? And it's not small as in little and not important, but it's small, but it's also, pages are also something new, right? So this is somebody coming through with new communication as far as love and feelings and, what they think about this relationship. What did I say? As we part the deck to shuffle, you got the Queen of Wands, and it's facing this Page of Cups. A lot of you guys are definitely dealing with somebody with strong air sign placements. Wow. I feel like everybody is getting air sign placements. I just did the read for Aries, and there was some strong air sign placements. Look at that. You have the Four of Pentacles in reverse right next to the Page of Cups in reverse. The Four of Pentacles is definitely you guys' energy. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Holding on to things, but upright is holding on to something. You're releasing it. And I don't feel like it's negative. I feel like if you were holding back your feelings, right? Because upright, that's holding back. That's holding on to something, Mind, body, spirit. It's on your mind, your heart. You're standing on it. You know, you're holding on to something for dear life. In reverse, you're releasing. And this, like I said, this is Page of Cups. It's coming up in reverse now. You're holding, if you are holding back your feelings, you're not going to be able to do that any longer. I can tell you that right now. If you were holding back your feelings, you're not going to be able to do it any longer. We're going to do one more shuffle and we're good to go. Yeah, most definitely. Look at that. Now you had a Knight of Wands, a fast moving knight in the whole deck of tarot. And then you have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about, and back to this, okay, before I jump to this. Look how fast he's passionate. He has that wand. Look at his face. He is ready to serve some tea. He's ready to serve some, this person is giving some messages, right? I feel like this person, either you or this individual, is going to come in quickly. And like I said, the Judgment card, that's the card of reconciliation, bringing something back to life. Specifically for, and you know, I want to say specifically for couples, but guess what? I feel like I'm picking this up for individuals who are newly in a relationship also. Like if you just started a relationship, things may have started to, you know, I wouldn't say this like this, but this is what I'm hearing. Things are becoming muted, right? That's what I'm hearing, muted. This is very interesting. So back to the song. The song that I heard for you guys was Luther Vandross, So Amazing to Be Loved, right? That's what I heard. And I feel like I keep hearing in my head, I follow you like to the moon and stars above. This person has deep feelings for you, or you have deep feelings for this person, and this individual is fighting it. Yeah, and they want to keep building. Some of you guys could definitely be dealing with a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual. Again, doesn't have to be, but you know, you have the Devil card, then it's clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. And I initially said, I don't feel like this is a negative thing. I feel like passion is being restored, and this person wants to keep building with you, especially with this Eight of Pentacles. This person wants to keep growing. Look at that. At the bottom of the deck, you got the King of Wands, fire, passion. You know, the King of Wands is very passionate. They want to move forward with you. You want to move forward with them. And, you know, there's an energy of wanting to keep building. There's the energy of wanting to keep building. Nobody wants to walk away. Because initially when we seen that Eight of Cups, that walking away, and then it was clarified with the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay, and then you have the Tower card. So, here we go. General energy. You have the Devil card, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Just as I said, this person is coming out of their ego, and they're going to express to you that they want to keep building with you. They want forward movement. Again, this could also be you, because these are both Pentacle cards. Even though this is Capricorn, it's still Pentacle energy. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles here. And this person is actively going to be ready to show you that, and they could currently now be texting you more or helping around the house, things like that. This person is showing you that they want forward movement with you, and they don't plan on going anywhere. That's what I'm picking up strongly with that. Okay. As your possible outcome, you have the Four of Swords, clarified by the Tower card. Again, I don't feel like this is negative. I feel like this person is coming out of this time. You or this person is coming out of a time frame of like retreating and pulling away from this individual, because they can't hide it anymore. And that's why the Tower, when the Tower is coming down, it's like their walls are coming down. They can no longer hold out on you, or you no longer can hold out on them. And when I first, you know, started describing this card, at the time on the clock said 1313. So some of you guys want to look up angel number 1313 and see how that message ties in for you, right? This person can no longer, you or this person can no longer hold back your feelings. I'm going to tell you also that we did see, you know, you had a couple cards, right? You had the Eight of Cups, and then you had the Page of Cups. And this is also the card of Scorpio. So some of you guys could be dealing with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual. This is Scorpio, and then also Aries, right? Some of you guys could definitely be dealing with someone who has strong Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just tossing it out there for some of you guys. But long story short, there's going to be some revitalization. Everybody sees the Tower card and they immediately think like, oh my God, this is something horrible. I'm going to tell you, if both of these people fall out of this Tower, that's a positive thing, because both of you guys are coming out of this ego-based energy. You know what I mean? You're no longer holding on to how you thought things should be. Because if you look at this Tower, look at the foundation. It was never really stable. It was jagged. It was rigid. It wasn't flat. It wasn't balanced. It never was balanced. So it was bound to be shook into its core, and it needed to, in order for you two to realize how much you really appreciate each other, right? Because if you look up under him, his ground is flat. The surface is flat. He's balanced. He's able to sit there and accomplish and get his work done and keep building. You couldn't do that on this foundation. There was no way you could do that. So this Tower needed to come down, and it's a positive Tower. Definitely somebody, you know, had to pull away at one point. Because I always say with the Four of Swords, even though it's four swords in total, you have three right over that heart chakra. And the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that energy. You're no longer retreating. You're no longer pulling away from this partner. This partner is no longer pulling away from you. And that's a positive thing because now you're able to build. Now you're able to build and move forward. Okay? And that's a positive thing for you guys. Okay? So, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individuals, as always, I'm going to ask you to continue to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, take care. Bye.